Welcome to This Explainer. If you're dealing with a sense of daily overwhelm right now, well, you're exactly in the right place. Today, we're diving into a deeply impactful habit that quietly changes lives. And the best part? It doesn't require some major life overhaul, it doesn't cost a dime, and it definitely won't take hours out of your day. It's really just a gentle, supportive journey into managing the heavy loads we all carry. So let's just dive right into this together. So I want to kick things off by asking you a quick question. Are you stressed about stress? Because I really want to share a real before I knew better moment with you. There was this phase in my life where I wasn't just experiencing normal day-to-day stress, I was actually stressed about the fact that I was stressed. It's this absolutely exhausting cycle of meta-stress. It kind of felt like the regular pressure of daily life wasn't enough, right? I had to add this whole other layer of judgment, literally judging myself for feeling pressured in the first place. And looking at the research for this explainer, it's so clear that this usually hits us in our most human, vulnerable moments. Think about those times when money feels uncomfortably tight and you're staring at the bills, just having no clue how you'll cover it all. Or when your to-do list is so impossibly long that just sitting down for 5 minutes to rest fills you with this profound guilt. That right there is the trap of being stressed about stress. Listen to this heavy internal narrative for a second. I'm behind. I'm failing. I should be handling this better. Honestly, does that sound familiar? I really want to validate that internal dialogue for you right now because we've all been there. The crucial point here is that the real weight, the actual deep suffering, doesn't usually come from the stress itself. It comes from the story we tell ourselves about what it means to feel overwhelmed. We take a totally natural physical reaction and we sort of weaponize it against our own self-worth. We tell ourselves that because we feel stressed, well, we must be failing, we must be falling behind. We tell ourselves we should just be stronger. But that narrative, that harsh, unforgiving voice in our heads, that is the real weight dragging us down. So moving into section 1, shifting to observation. Let's take a look at how changing your relationship with stress is really the key to everything. The real turning point is realizing that stress wasn't the actual problem. Our reaction to it was. We have to stop reacting and just start observing without trying to, wrestle it to the ground. Think of it kind of like a warning light on your car's dashboard. When the gas light pops on, you don't start crying and telling yourself you're a terrible driver who's failing at life, right? No, you just observe the light and say, oh, okay, the car needs gas. Or it's like observing a passing weather system. You see dark clouds roll in, you acknowledge it's raining, but you don't take the rain as a personal insult. Making this shift requires a tiny but massively crucial linguistic shift. On one side, saying, I am stressed, ties the emotion directly to your identity. You literally become the stress. But on the flip side, saying, my body is stressed, is pure observation. It's a physical signal. You're separating your core identity from the physical sensation you're feeling. By simply changing your language to, my body is stressed right now, you immediately create this mental space. You step back. You aren't the dark cloud anymore. You are the sky, observing the dark cloud. So we need to completely redefine this paradigm. Stress is just a signal, a message that something needs attention, not punishment. It is not a malfunction in your system. It's definitely not a personal failure, and it is certainly not a character flaw. It's really just a biological, very human message that something in your environment or your life needs a bit of attention. We are just so quick to punish ourselves for our physiological responses. But what if we just viewed it as our body trying to communicate a basic human need to us? That simple reframe honestly takes all the venom right out of the experience. Which brings us to section 2, a short guided practice for finding immediate calm. Okay, so wherever you are right now, unless you're driving, of course, just soften your shoulders a bit, take a gentle breath in, and let it out. We are going to walk through a short, very accessible way to break out of that downward spiral. Here are 3 simple steps. Step 1, name it. Just like we talked about, say to yourself, my body is stressed right now. You name the physical feeling just to create that little bit of space. Step 2, normalize it. Remind yourself that this isn't a malfunction. It's just a signal. You are a human being, and human beings experience stress. It's incredibly normal. And then, step 3, choose one tiny action. Now notice that it says tiny action. It does not say solve your entire life's crisis right this second. It just says choose one tiny action to move yourself forward. Let's look at exactly what that means in practice. These are the concrete, really low-barrier daily habits that make step 3 work. When you're in the thick of it, you need immediate relief, without demanding some grand solution from yourself. So a tiny action could literally just be getting up to drink a glass of water. It grounds you back in your physical body. Or it could be taking a 30-second pause, literally just sitting in your chair and staring out a window, or closing your eyes for half a minute just to let your nervous system settle down. Or, hey, if it's the to-do list that's crushing you, write down just the one thing you actually need to do next. Just one, not the whole list. You're simply giving yourself a tiny, manageable direction. And that leads us to section 3, breaking the spiral, and the true power of these tiny actions. Now, these tiny actions aren't magically designed to fix the root problem. A glass of water won't pay a tight bill, and a 30-second pause definitely won't finish that massive work project. But they aren't meant to solve your life's crises. They basically thaw us out when we freeze, pointing us gently forward. They remind us that we still have agency, and slowly, the stress stops stacking on itself. Notice the profound realization here. It's not because life gets easier, but because we stop punishing ourselves for being human. Our external circumstances might not magically change overnight. The bills will still be there, the busy schedule is still going to be there. But our internal suffering decreases immensely when we grant ourselves some grace. It happens when we stop demanding robotic perfection and start holding space for our own messy, beautiful humanity. You really don't have to punish yourself anymore. Which brings us to our final thought for this explainer. I want to leave you with this really empowering question. What tiny action will you choose right now? You're equipped now. You know how to name the signal, you know how to normalize the feeling, and you know that you don't need to fix everything all at once. You just need a direction. So maybe it's that glass of water. Maybe it's just rolling your shoulders back and taking one deep breath. Whatever it is, I genuinely hope you step away from this explainer feeling a little bit lighter, a little more in control, and completely ready to put your new observation skills to work with kindness and grace. Thank you so much for joining me, and take good care of yourselves out there.